much societies do.
Students who study animal behavior were always warned about anthropomorphism, which is when you attribute human characteristics to animals. Like say, oh, he's so happy, or look, he's so sad. But you say that equally, or perhaps even more dangerous, is AnthropoDENIALism. So compare the two for us, anthropomorphism and AnthropoDENIALism.
So anthropomorphism is a term often slung at us when we propose that your dog is jealous or that chimpanzees may be attached to each other, or when you use human-like terminology, or they reconcile after fights. I was told actually for reconciliation to use post-conflict mouth-to-mouth contact because they kiss each other after fights. So they didn't want me to use the word reconciliation because it sounds too human-like. And I think for species that are close to us, like the primates, anthropomorphism is really not a big problem because we are primates, and so we should use the same terminology. We don't call the hand of a chimpanzee a front paw. No, we call it a hand because it is the same form, the same structure, the same bones as our hand. And so we should use the same terminology for structures that are similar, but also for behaviors that are similar. And if you, let's say you tickle a chimpanzee and they produce laughing sounds, like type laughing sounds, you have to call it laughing. It is laughing. It is not vocalized panting as people would want me to say. So I think anthropomorphism is not such a big deal with species that are close to us, and that's why I invented the word AnthropoDENIAL, which is the opposite, is that you deny that there are connections between humans and other species. And actually entire areas in the university like philosophy, anthropology, parts of psychology, they are in anthropodenial. They live in a way, they think that the human mind and the human spirit are so totally different, we cannot compare them with what a monkey or a dolphin or which other animal is doing. And so they are denying that connection, which I think is detrimental and is actually much more dangerous in my opinion, because anthropodenial has a lot of negative side effects in my mind. It's much more dangerous than anthropomorphism.
What are some of the other side effects?
Well, one of them is we live at the moment in a time where we're destroying the planet. We humans are an ecological disaster, and entire species and large numbers of animals are disappearing, forest is disappearing, the globe is warming. And that is all a result, I think, of our attitude, is that we can do whatever we want with nature because we're not really part of nature. We're sort of outside nature, and since we're outside, we can do whatever we want. And I think that attitude is also reflected in how we look at other animals. And I think it's a very dangerous attitude not to think that we are part of it, and we have to act responsibly within that framework.
So your new book is all about,